Imagine a medicine so potent and so rare that finding it in the wild didn't just make you lucky, it made you a criminal. In ancient China and feudal Japan, there was a law concerning a specific red mushroom. If a commoner found it growing on a plum tree and failed to surrender it to the nobility, the punishment could be execution. It was called lingji in China and manintaki in Japan. You likely know it as Red Reishi. For thousands of years, it was known as the mushroom of immortality. It was the exclusive property of emperors, who used it to prove their mandate of heaven, and high-ranking samurai, who used it for something far more practical than just longevity. Today, you can buy reishi in a capsule at the grocery store, but has the magic been lost in mass production? In this video, we are going to act as alchemists, blending the ancient spiritual history of reishi with modern biochemistry. We'll look at why it was reserved for the elite, the concept of it as a spirit tonic, and the modern science of how it rewires your stress response for calm endurance rather than jittery energy. First, we have to understand the rarity. Before the 1970s, reishi could not be cultivated. It only grew on aging deciduous trees, mostly oak or plum, and it was incredibly fickle. Ancient records suggest that out of 10,000 aged trees, only 2 or 3 would host a reishi mushroom. This rarity created its value, but its effects created the legend. In traditional Chinese medicine, herbs are often categorized by what they nourish. You have qi tonics for physical vitality, like ginseng. But reishi was different. Reishi is the premier Shen tonic. Shen translates roughly to spirit, but in a medical context, it refers to your consciousness, your emotional balance, and your mental presence. The Shen resides in the heart. When your Shen is disturbed, you experience anxiety, insomnia, and racing thoughts, what the Buddhists call the monkey mind. This is why the samurai and the ruling class coveted it. It wasn't just about living forever, it was about composure. Reishi was said to pacify the spirit. For a samurai whose life depended on split-second reactions and total awareness, a calm mind was more valuable than a strong arm. They didn't want the jittery, explosive energy of a stimulant. They needed the grounded, unshakable presence of Shen. So were the ancients just experiencing a placebo effect? Modern pharmacology says no. When we analyze reishi in a lab, we find 2 main master molecules. The first group is the polysaccharides, specifically beta-D-glucans. Think of these as the shield. Here is the fascinating part. Your body cannot fully digest these long-chain sugars. As they pass through your gut, they hit special lymphoid tissues called Peyer's patches. These patches act like security guards. They detect the beta-glucans and sound a false alarm. They tell your body, hey, there's a foreign invader here. But there is no invader. It's a drill. This tricks your immune system into waking up. It stimulates the production of macrophages and natural killer cells. If your immune system is sleepy and underactive, reishi wakes it up. But, and this is key, if your immune system is overactive, like in allergies or autoimmune issues, reishi helps calm the cytokine storm. It doesn't just boost, it modulates. It teaches your immune system intelligence. If polysaccharides are the shield, the second group of molecules is the anchor. These are the triterpenes, specifically ganoderic acids. If you've ever tasted real reishi, you know it is incredibly bitter. That bitterness is the medicine. This is where the ancient Shen concept meets modern neuroscience. Triterpenes interact directly with your HPA axis. That's the communication line between your brain and your adrenal glands. In our modern world, that line is constantly buzzing. Traffic, emails, deadlines. Your body is pumping cortisol all day long. Triterpenes act as a brake pad. They inhibit the enzyme required to synthesize cortisol. They physically stop your body from staying in fight or flight mode. Furthermore, these compounds sedate the central nervous system. not by knocking you out like a sleeping pill, but by reducing neuronal excitability. This validates the ancient claim of pacifying the spirit. It quiets the noise in the nervous system so you can actually hear yourself think. This brings us to the most important distinction: the difference between stimulant energy and calm endurance. When you drink coffee, you are borrowing energy from tomorrow. You block adenosine receptors, tricking your brain into thinking it's not tired, while adrenaline pumps through your veins. It's effective, but it's expensive. You pay for it with a crash. Reishi offers a different path. It doesn't borrow energy, it conserves it. Stress is an energy leak. High cortisol shreds your mitochondria and wastes glucose. By plugging that leak, by lowering cortisol with triterpenes and stabilizing blood sugar with polysaccharides, Reishi gives you access to fuel you didn't know you had. This is calm endurance. It is the ability to work for hours or withstand high pressure without your heart rate spiking or your hands shaking. If you want to experience this, remember one rule: dual extraction. You need hot water to get the polysaccharides, the shield, and alcohol to get the triterpenes, the anchor. A simple tea won't give you the full Shen effect. And a pro tip from the alchemist's lab: always take it with vitamin C. The lemon helps break down the mushroom's tough cell walls, making the medicine up to 30% more absorbable. We may not be samurai, but in a world of constant distraction, a calm spirit is still the ultimate weapon. Thanks for watching.